Make sure your audio's included, Angelo. Should be all good if once you've got that.
Yes.
Welcome everyone. Sorry about the slight delay in the start, because I was trying to fight with Twitch's stupid system. Not much I can really do about that. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully everyone is good though on this front, and I hope everyone is having a good evening. And on that good evening, it is not my usual co-host with me today, this evening. It is, in this particular case, we have Angelo in the commentary box, our resident Italian this week. Hopefully you're doing well.
Yes, hello everyone. Happy to be here. Thanks to Sam for allowing me to be here, and yeah, I'm doing great. How about you?
No worries.
Hopefully you're doing well too.
Not too bad. As I say, I'm nice and up to date with everything that I have been working on. In terms of university work, I don't know what's going on in qualifying, by the way. In the background, we have Cooper in the Mercedes versus an Alpha Tauri, who's currently they're both trying to race each other currently. I don't think they're a first car on track though. The first car on track, I believe, is Crossy in the Williams. Yes, he is. Decent midfield driver. Hopefully, he does well tonight. But obviously, Australia, a track with a lot of racing heritage as such. So, what are you expecting to see here tonight?
It's obviously, people know Australia, it's been on the calendar since 1996. This particular version of the circuit is, since they've made the changes in 2022, I think it's opened up a lot of racing opportunities. So considering that, I think straight line speed is going to be quite important, because you've got a lot of slow speed corners, but also high speed corners as well. Plus, a fun fact, this circuit does not have a single 90-degree turn, like completely 90-degree turn, if I am correct. It was a fun fact.
Indeed.
For you.
Hang on 1 second. I think for some reason it is not recording audio. For some reason, why is this not recording audio?
Have you put the party audio on?
Yeah, it's on, but it's not recording anything. Why is it doing this?
That's a Twitch thing then. That may be a Twitch thing. It happens. It happened to Callum myself as well.
Yeah, I have no audio.
No, I do have audio. I do hear it.
I'm not doing too bad, Logan. Hopefully you're doing well yourself. It's just for some reason I have no audio for some odd reason.
No, don't worry. We've got it on stream. I can hear it. No
Okay,
issues.
that's good to know. Hopefully all the audio qualities are good on that case, because it's really just off-putting not having anything come through, like my headphone, anything come through certain things at all. Actually, I know why. That would explain it. Very simply, I just had something plugged in that was taking up all the audio. Brilliant. That's not the gaming, that's not incompetence, that's just me being stupid. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. Anyway, with that small debacle sorted out, Crossy went 1:19.5, the quickest time on the board. Cooper P2 only 1:19.5 also, but it's a 1:19.529 for him. I believe it's Josh or Glenn coming across. I think Josh is currently in sector 1 at the moment. Glenn is actually the next up in the Ferrari. Had some trouble so far this season, but overall doing well. As I say, hopefully everyone is doing well in the chat. But as you were saying, obviously Australia, the other track that is synonymous with Australia is obviously Adelaide. But I think
Indeed, yeah.
I think F1 has been with, in terms of real life, since about 2000s, something along those lines.
For this particular circuit, as Glenn goes fast with the 18.835. Yeah, this circuit has replaced Adelaide after 1995. It's the Australian Grand Prix ever since. We've always had it since 1996, and it's always been this season opener since then, up until we had the pandemic hit, and that kind of shook up the calendar a little bit since then. So it's kind of been Bahrain, the opening season, the opening race of the season, with the exception of Austria, being that in 2020.
Yeah, well, 2020 was a weird season though. Say Josh Cheska's second. 2020 was a weird season though. Like there was a lot of like different things. So Dukin's about to come across that himself. Evening Crossy in the chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Dukin goes in P4. As it's an interesting sort of way of looking at the fact of obviously just how much sort of because obviously this track got a major overhaul back a few years ago, and it is a little bit better for the result of it as Casper goes quickest at 118.1 for himself in the Alpine there. Quite surprising seeing an Alpine that quick because let's be honest, because
Abysmal
yeah.
performance in real life.
Yeah, I was watching a video on that actually. I think it was the race. I was watching a video on that, looking at that particular thing, and how Bahrain was not a particularly strong circuit for that car. So they're really hoping in Jeddah. And interestingly, actually, particular rumours going around is apparently Jeddah might be actually getting moved from where it is just now onto an actual purpose-built circuit, somewhere in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, interesting. An actual purpose-built circuit? Sounds
Yeah.
interesting. I like myself.
And I had a look at it. And it actually looks decent. It's not like one of those street circuits where it's like really stop-start. It looks like really flowing, bit like sort of Qatar sort of flowing sort of thing.
Oh, I like the sound of that. It may not be the best for racing though, then in that case, but we enjoy ourselves some quick, flowing, fast corners, don't we?
Indeed so. You only have to look at some of the best tracks on the F1 calendar. I mean, that have been around for a long time. I mean, there's even talks, like something that I've seen as well recently, where the Turkish government were in talks with F1 about bringing Turkey back onto the calendar as well within the next few years.
As well as Malaysia with Petronas. Petronas pushing the re-entry of the Malaysian Grand Prix around the Sepang International Circuit.
Yes, it's really interesting to see how obviously Cooper goes into P8 from there. I can see. It's one of those things where a lot of like the legacy circuits, as we call them, have disappeared, and now they're reappearing as if it's almost like the sort of the major uprising again of like vinyl versus CD. Like they go away for a while and then it comes back with a bang, sort of thing.
Does seem like it, but the question is it actually going to be replaced? Like, will they come back and replace circuits which have not been that popular, or will they replace circuits that have been part of F1 for years? Like,
I mean,
I can't imagine something happening to maybe Malaysia comes back, but then Spa is moved away from the calendar, and that would be.
I mean, Spa's had some hit and misses of the last few years in terms of, or in particular 2021, because of the way that people were treated as a result of the Grand Prix not really happening and people not really getting refunds as a result of the ensuing chaos that happened.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Spa has not had very interesting races in the last couple of years. I can't really remember.
What was the last sort of interesting race in Spa as such?
A really interesting race with lots of action. I can't remember. Maybe 2008, Hamilton and Reich, but that was only towards the end. I can't really say for sure which one was. There's not been a really exciting race around Spa in many years, actually.
I mean, one of the most famous moments of, not talking about Australia obviously, but Spa was, I think it was in Arden, and having Hakkinen and Schumacher going either side of him, going through right up the Kemmel Straight.
And that was in 2000, yeah, that was 24 years ago.
That's kind of, I mean, that just kind of puts perspective, doesn't it, about how old it makes you feel at some points.
Yeah, I didn't even exist then.
Bearing in mind that I will be coming up to the good old age of 30 this year, which is going to be fun.
Hey, it's a round number. You've got a 0 next to it. Those are always the 0, like the like 10th, 20th, 30th. I remember my 10th birthday. I got F1 2012 as a present.
2012. I think that was the first ever F1 game I actually played like a lot of. It wasn't very good through a lot of it, but it's something I do remember in terms of that.
I'm always picking Schumacher or Alonso all the time.
I mean,
a
lot of those icons, as I say, who do you reckon, like, apart from say Verstappen, Hamilton, that sort of thing, who's like your next people to sort of bring up the mantle of those sort of legendary figures in the F1 world in terms of who sort of comes along afterwards, after say Hamilton retires, Verstappen retires, that sort of thing. Who's next to like take the mantle?
Who's next? Well, obviously, if you you have to take away Verstappen, right? You said like it's kind of clear that he is gonna be. He's already gone down in history. He's gonna go even more. After him, I honestly, I don't know. It's difficult to say. Honestly, it's it could be like the likes of Leclerc, Sainz. If he goes to Audi and that thing works well, I guess. Maybe.
I mean, Leclerc is. I think give Leclerc like the right sort of machinery, I believe he probably can win a world championship in sort of the next few years.
If you give him a good example is we're right here in Australia. A good example in 2022. That was possibly Leclerc's most dominant performance. He ended up winning like after a late safety car. He ended up getting a 21-second gap over Perez in just like less than 20 laps.
Indeed. I mean, I don't know what you think of it, but like the situation that's currently going on with obviously Ferrari really sort of looking like they really sort of shunned out Sainz a little bit in terms of last week in Bahrain, in terms of he seems like Sainz is kind of like in his last season is kind of like, I'm not really caring as much now since I know for a fact this is my last season with this team, sort of thing.
Well, he did say that he wants to do his best for the team. Obviously, last week he's had a very good race. He's almost managed to beat Perez in a car which at the moment after one race.
Well, it's a better position than Ferrari were last year, considering that I believe last year where Leclerc had
48 seconds, I think. They finished. Sainz finished off the podium in like about 40 odd seconds off of Verstappen. This year it was half. The gap was diminished towards just half the gap it was last year. But you can't forget that the gap to Perez also was 22 seconds compared to like last year's 10 or 11 seconds, 12. I'm not too sure how many it was.
Yeah.
So he didn't feel the need to push. So I think he could have gotten that gap even larger if he wanted to, if he really wanted to. That's what people forget. Like they only see 24 seconds is the gap, so they have diminished the time loss. But they forget that Max was at the front, not being challenged at all, and just getting the car to the finish line. It's like just entirely
doing some off-roading in his AlphaTauri while we were talking about that. Just a bit of interest.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few people. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people going into the braking zone at the end of after the end of sector 2.
Always Valdi. That's unfortunate, and there he goes. That's a I also think that's the same place that I believe, I think was it 07 or 08 that Timo Glock ran across that bump and ended up losing a couple of wheels because of suspension failure.
He jumped. Yeah, that was 2008. He ran wide, hit a bump, launched his car into the air, and landed and broke. It was a weird
one front and one rear,
accident.
if I remember. It's like one front axle and one rear axle, if I remember correctly.
It was a fun It was a funny looking accident. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting way of looking at seeing it happen. So you see him hit a bump. It's a lot like sort of if you remember the crash of Vitaly Petrov at Malaysia, where he went over a bump and lost his entire steering.
Oh yeah, 2011.
Steering column completely disappeared.
Funnily, he even tried to steer the car, like tried to steer it even though it was detached.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that happen at any other point, to any other car.
I think that's the last time we've. Yeah, that's the last time I've seen a car go over a bump and actually jump in. Well, to be fair, you have Imola. I think there's a picture about of Charles in 2021 season going over that the Imola chicane, and his car is in the air, like all four wheels off the ground. Quite a spectacular picture, if I say so myself.
Indeed. Last 2 minutes of qualifying actually. Only the short qualifying format here in Supercharged.
Logan.
Yeah, Logan on a lap at the moment. He's currently.
Ooh, there's a car ahead of him.
Yeah, there is a car ahead of him. Hopefully that's not going to cause him too many issues, although I think that car has got going, so that shouldn't give him any dirty air. Only 12 drivers here tonight. Kind of a lower turnout, obviously. Maybe some people are not so much a fan of Australia in terms of a track.
Yeah, it'll depend. Can be that. Maybe just people can be also busy end of the week.
Where's Logan put himself? He goes P2.
Second, it's just about
2/10 off of the current pole time, which is Casper with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining.
Top 3, 4 actually. If you take it like 4th to 6th, it's pretty close. They're within a 10th of a second. 7th to 10th is also pretty close.
Yeah, and then I believe Stug is he's either not qualifying, which I don't think he is at the moment. I think he's starting from the back of the grid. You will probably, if you've actually been, if you watch any of the ERC stuff, you'll know Stug is a driver from the ERC's division. Don't know which one of those he still races in this season because ERC has gone into its 12th season on 3 divisions. Obviously. It'd be interesting to see how they got on with some completely new changes. If you didn't watch the podcast, I highly advise that you do because it shows all the changes if you're interested in that sort of thing. Just say there was quite a few changes.
Yeah, even the logo. I noticed they changed the logo and everything. Yeah. Looks quite nice. But not to move like that, not to shut down the conversation there. We need to look at Casper because he's on a flyer at the moment.
I'm on board with him currently actually. I was about to go on to him because he was purple in the middle sector. He's 2/10 up, still purple. So this would be an improvement to about as Glenn has retired. He's lost on track actually in this sector where Casper is about to come into, so we'll see where his car is. Oh my word!
It's in the middle of the racing line. He's that. Went on the grass a little bit there. May not help him. Yeah, he might have lost some time.
Logan
we can still keep going.
Casper meanwhile coming to the line. He's going to improve on his lap. Yes, he is. He's still with that. He still goes quick. It's the 17.6. So
could have been even faster there. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it could even be a much slower 17. Second 1 minute is 17.43.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We are done anyway because Wilder's not on a quick lap. He's about 30 seconds down on his best time. He's starting P3. Logan in the chat, 2/10 up and he ran out of fuel. That's an unfortunate one. Many people have probably experienced that. I've done that myself as a league racer, and I suspect you've probably also had that happen at some point as well as a racer Angelo at some point in your life.
Usually it happens around Spa in career mode.
There's still a wheel there, by the way.
Yeah, there's still just chilling. It's
a lone wheel.
Free spectator. It reminds. There's a funny scene I remember. It's just a car cast of a tire. I think it was Kimi's Ferrari in 2015. It just rolls off away into the distance.
It's like I don't want to be on the car anymore.
I don't want to be on the car anymore, and the car just fell off, just rolled away into the grass.
It's like the tire wanted to be its own entity, so it was like
I was about. Wait, I don't need to be here. I can do whatever I want.
Oh, a bit like a certain other person's car, I think it was Jules Bianchi's car in 2013, 2012, where he retired at the German Grand Prix and
Oh
then
yeah,
the car rolled
Nurburgring. Just
backward. It rolled backwards and only got stopped by an advertising board.
yeah.
He just turns back in disgust and sees that his car is not in the same place that he left it. In the words of
My car seems to have moved by several post cones. I may have to actually look into this.
Anyway, we'll come back to that in just a second. Casper is on pole position here with Logan alongside him on the front row. 6 tenths behind, quite a gap in the end for Casper. Wilder and Cooper will take up row number 2, 3rd and 4th, and then 3rd row will be Glenn and Quick Mick. Faruqin at 7th and Joshua Chester in 8th, Rabsy in 9th, Crossy in 10th, Demo in 11th, and Stug. No time set, starting him from P12 on the grid. So, Casper immediately looking imperious in terms of his qualifying. Obviously, no ideas in the weather for the race, so could be dry, could be wet. Who knows? It's kind of a complete lottery, really.
Hopefully they add this feature in the game, next game, which is coming out at 31st of May, I think.
Yeah, it's been rumored or pretty much confirmed for round about that time. I mean, I'm not sure. Like my bar is set so low with F1 game launches now that there's no real sort of hype to it really. It's kind of, if it comes out and it's good sort of thing.
Yeah. I can tell you, this game has been a big improvement over 2022.
In some improvements,
Obviously,
yes. There has been
obviously,
a lot of improvements.
the content may be the same, but what I look the most at is do I like playing the game? Do I like driving the car? And I do. I love driving the car in this game. And that's, to me, that's one of the most important things. Have a stable game which works, obviously. Well, we'll have
Stable
to see
game
then.
is debatable sometimes with this game. I mean, random crashes.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's just a thing with EA games, though, in terms of
yeah,
a thing. That's kind of just the way EA works.
yeah, fair enough.
I was doing in the chat saying you ran out of fuel in the
Remember,
last corner. Better put a lot into the career mode if they don't get breaking point again. Yeah, breaking point's normally every a 2-year cycle, I believe, if I know how it works. That sort
yeah.
of thing.
Apparently, there's a lot of things coming, like a lot of quite a few new things, like new physics. I hope. I'm crossing my fingers because it's EA, and I keep mentioning this game every now and then. F1 Challenge, which released in 2003, in my opinion, has the best handling of any racing Formula One game
That's
ever
PS2,
created.
right?
No, that's for the PC. The PS. We
PC.
don't talk about the PS2 version. We don't talk about it. We don't.
PC version.
We don't talk about the PS2 version of that game. It's yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
nightmare.
correct
I
on
have
that one,
nightmare.
Duke, and I can see what you put in the chat. Also, thank you for following as well. I didn't quite have time to mention it when I saw it, but thank you for following, and hopefully you enjoy yourself here.
It would be interesting. Like it's a one time. Like you only have one outcome, right? It would be interesting if multiple outcomes, like depending on decisions you make.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at a different game that does a good job like that, I don't know if if you've ever heard of it. It's basically a sort of cartoon version, even more cartoon version of Borderlands called Tales from Borderlands. If you ever played that, where a lot of your
Yeah,
decisions actually affect how the game is actually
yeah.
played.
Telltale games, like
Telltale, yeah.
Telltale games.
Yeah, it's Telltale, I think,
Uh,
that makes it.
yeah, when they used to make great games with like lots of choices to make that would define the gameplay, the story, and I wish they did that with Breaking Point as well. By the way, just want to check the time right before we get going. Many people are on the softs in the top.
Streamlabs, stop doing that. Streamlabs keeps on being very sensitive, that's annoying.
Ooh, it's just
Yeah,
deleted.
it's deleted a lot of his messages that he was typing like long messages. I don't know why it does that. So having a quick
Yeah.
old look, that's the wrong menu. This is the menu I want. Interesting mix of soft and mediums.
So far Casper is on the softs, while Logan in second place, starting next to him, is on the mediums. So
Yeah, I mean,
More people
Soft
are switching
hard,
towards
or I
the
think
mediums.
I'd say soft hard you can do, or you can do soft medium if your tire wear is good enough. It's 20 obviously tire wear is
The
scaled
safe
down a little
option,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tire wear is not as bad, but the performance loss is. Like, that's a bit the issue. In real life, there's like, depending on the car, really. In real life, you can have the Red Bull making the same exact lap time for 20, 25 laps, even more on like a set of soft or medium tires. In the game, after 5 laps, you start dropping off by 1 second, then 2 seconds, then 3 seconds, compared to fresh tires. Kind of thing. Tire wear is not as bad. The performance loss is pretty awful.
Indeed.
That's why maybe somebody is going on hards. Apparently, I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, it
somebody
could be
is.
interesting. I mean, a small field where it could be a lot more interesting.
Mhm. That is true.
Ah,
Yeah.
that needs to be questioned on why that's so sensitive. I should have brought that up. Because now we won't even be able to see what he actually said earlier on. He made some really good points. But while we're still waiting for drivers to ready up, if you were to having played all the F1 games you've played, yeah, cutscenes as such, yeah. If you were also a question for chat as well as yourself, Angelo. If
Yeah.
you were to put together all the best features from past Formula One games, if you could do it, what would if you could pick like a feature from certain things to create your ultimate game, what would it be?
Okay, so I'll take official F1 games, right?
Yeah,
First of all, I would go with handling, of course, F1 Challenge, no question about that. Like
PC
the
version, of
setup,
course.
the PC version, yeah, the image space engine for PC, like the partnership they have with Image Space for those games. F1 2002 for the PC or F1 Challenge handling, definitely choose that. Um, certain features from the 2010 career mode, like actual interview, like
What, the
the
paddock
interviews,
space,
not with,
that sort of
yeah,
thing?
yeah, not with Claire. Claire was a nice addition, but became annoying after a while.
True.
Um, the upgrade
Efficiency.
system, the upgrade tree is great, but I
I
don't
like.
like how
I
they
would.
changed it.
I
I
was
don't
gonna
like
say
how they changed it for
2020's upgrade
2021.
tree system was an interesting one in terms of the
Yeah,
way it was. It kind of worked for what it was supposed to do.
yeah, the 2020 upgrade tree would be nice to have it back. And obviously feature 2020, 2019 classic cars, 2013 classic tracks. Maybe try and get licensing for more circuits like they had in 2013. Get tracks like maybe Korea or uh, as we wait, Formation Lap? Yeah, we do have
Yep,
Formation
formation
Lap.
lap. Yeah, there's formation lap.
Yeah, but like, to make it quick, F1 Challenge handling, F1 2010 features, F1 2020 features from career mode, F1 Championship season. Like we can pick a normal driver to do like a season. That's I think 2020 was the last time you could do that. They could do a championship season with a normal F1 driver. Um, what else? I think that's pretty much it.
Hmm.
Mixture between F1 2020, F1 2010, and F1 Challenge.
Indeed. I mean, there's a lot of like games in the past where like you look at the games from the past and then you figure out that how do they have these features yet the modern games which are way ahead in terms of the technology side of things and all of that. How do they manage to have like lesser graphics in certain areas?
Mm. Yeah. Okay, so graphics wise, you have to say F1 Challenge isn't the best. It's great for its time, and I enjoyed the
Yeah,
simple
2000. I
graphics.
mean,
And
that's pretty good.
2000, yeah, for a
2003.
game that came out in 2003, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Details on the cars as well, and I still play it quite often because I just enjoy the handling. Cars feel so light, so responsive to any input you make. It just suits my driving style very much. Plus, it's challenging. The AI on that game is actually really, really good.
Hmm. We will
And the
come back to
lapping,
yeah.
yeah, the
We'll
lapping
come back
system is
yeah.
better than the 2015 as well.
Yeah. We'll come back to the rest of that story a little bit later on, if and when there's like a few pauses in the race sort of thing, because we are about to line up on the grid here in Albert Park in Melbourne. The drivers start their lineups in terms of where they are. Casper lines
So,
himself up.
top three in 3 different tyres: softs for Casper, mediums for Logan, and hards for Williams. Wilder Williams.
Wilder, yeah, that's correct. We had to ask him as well how he pronounced these names, just to make sure it was right.
The camera angle's poor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on board just to say. Well, lights are on anyway here in Melbourne. And we are, it's a bit of a hold here, but it's a good start from Casper as you would expect on that. That is a terrible camera angle, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There we go, I finally got the right camera angle that I wanted. Casper leads in towards turn number 1, followed by Logan, but Wilder's had a bit of an issue obviously on the hard tyres. He's down to P5, he's behind Quick Mick now, and he's got company of Glenn beside him. And I think that is a Mercedes that's had a little bit of an issue, almost had a little bit of an issue there, but it's kept it together. As Dukins picked up a penalty already, he was forced out a little bit wide. Just on lap number 1, that's quite a feat, I'd say.
3 warnings, yeah. It's not even the end of sector
I
1.
wonder if he maybe got a straight penalty for that. That might be what that.
That may be the case. That may be the case, yeah.
Wilder, we've got quite Mick looking at the back of Cooper here. DRS will be enabled on this straight. This is one of the 3 or 4 zones in this tracks.
Yeah, straight 1, straight 2, and then this one and the one after that. And yeah, 4 warnings plus penalty for Hadouken.
Yep, Glenn's got past in the background, past as a Quick Mick and Cooper go side by side. Into a section you wouldn't really expect to go side by side, but Quick Mick does keep hold of it. As I say, that's
slightly wide.
Old Cooper back up the inside there, but that door is very firmly shut there by Quick Mick, and there we go, he's up to P3.
Yeah, very good start.
Wilder's dropped into P8, as I think Wilder might have actually spun.
Oh, the spun, yeah, oh no, he's hit the rear. He's hit the rear wing. Hopefully no damage there for his car.
That should be all good. He's got himself going by the looks of it. We've still got he's on board with Cooper at the moment. Who's on the back of Quick Mick? He's looking to try and see however, that battling between the two of them. Casper's already got a 1-second gap. He's literally pulling a Verstappen from Bahrain.
Oh, already lots of penalty for
that's it.
FG already with the penalty.
I've also noticed, by the way, that Cooper's actually underfueled.
Okay, that's interesting because it's a difficult. This is a difficult circuit to get fuel back.
Yeah, and I mean it's not exactly like he's going easy. He's currently going down the inside again. DRS isn't even enabled yet. I should also mention this.
But his DRS is almost both of them.
Oh my word! How have they managed to keep that side by side still? They're going side by side in the same place again.
Oh,
that's helping Glenn to catch up as well.
Yep, he's having. Ooh, he's come with a lot of speed through that corner.
Yeah, I mean Glenn is currently. You've got Joshy Chester as well, who's on the softs, looking to try and get himself past.
And so far so good for Casper. He's getting away. He's got a 2-second gap after just at the start of lap 3.
2 seconds. That's the power of the soft tyres for you. Those tyres will probably start going off probably around lap 9, lap 10, I think.
I think by lap 5 they won't be as good as they are now, and then just slowly start dropping down in terms of pace. It's usually as Hadouken gets another penalty.
Yeah, he's having fun with the track limits today so far. I'm only 3 laps in. I mean, we've got a nice 4-car training here for the leaders. It looks like Quick Mick is already out of battery charge, as I can tell, as we have a yellow flag. That's Wilder. Wilder, who's not. That's not a good pace.
It may have spun on that curb there, as the safety car is
safety
called.
Car has been deployed. Stug has got a 5-second penalty for collision with Dino.
Okay, that's interesting.
So we've got the safety car deployed. 3 laps into this Grand Prix. I mean, there was somewhere in I believe it was something in the chat as well. Said there might be a safety car or two. Unfortunate there for Wilder. I mean, the hard tires just never seem to fully get switched on. I mean, this has also not helped, as I say. Casper's into the box. He's on to mediums, so he's two stopping. Going on to another set of the mediums, probably again, I would think, or a set of hards. He's got his options left
Yeah,
at this
mediums.
point. He's out just ahead of Hadouken actually. On
Yep.
the freshest tyres, and Joshy Chest on the softs also has opted to stay out. Interesting note of certain things in here. You see two names in this chat, two names in this particular law in this race. You've got Joshy Chester, and then you've got Rabsy. That is actually a father and son in the same team. Not in the same team, but the father and son racing in the same lobby. So,
that's nice. Yeah, that's cool.
So Rabsy
that's
the father,
really cool.
and then Joshy Chester is the son, I believe. So, I believe Joshy has come out on top in terms of that battle so far, in terms of the family, the family duel, as I'm calling it.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear.
I mean, it's a thing of like, it brings up a point of like, how weird is it to sort of pick up on having sort of more than one family member who does like this sort of thing. You actually do that. Cause it's not a common thing.
It's not common. It's not common, but it's nice to see father and son bonding of a sport
I don't know
that
why
they
you got
love.
an instant penalty. Have it in your go and just record your race director at the end and see if you can get that removed.
Maybe they didn't. The
thing.
warnings, maybe. Yeah, maybe the warnings didn't show up. It's been a thing that's
There
been
goes
happening
Joshy into the
lately.
box.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Maybe he wants to
probably
place
gonna go
himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad place. I mean, you've only got 11 drivers left at the end of this. He's going on to a set of hards.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going a little bit longer.
24 laps may be a bit on the limit to what they can last with good amount of pace. But you can try, obviously. Maybe they will have another safety. We'll see how the things play out. But yeah, talking about the father and son racing together, it's nice. I think it's great to see that type of bond over a sport that father and son like. My dad and I used to do time trial in F1 2002. He would set a lap and I would try and beat it. At the beginning I couldn't, then with time I managed to. It's nice to have family members.
It's that sense of accomplishment once you manage to actually you overcome that sort of thing as well. Once you've once you do it.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be fun, but now he's just nowhere near what he's nowhere near my pace anymore. He gets sick while playing the game because he gets motion sickness. Unfortunately.
That's as I say, that's an unfortunate. I don't really know what the best word is in that one, so it's probably best.
No, it's unfortunate, yeah, but modern graphics don't do well for him. You see me play the old F1 game and it's fine, but playing the modern one on a small screen kind of just makes him sick. If it's a big screen, I think it's better.
Well, there's in the chat as well. Unfortunate for yourself. You saw what you're saying. Hopefully Glenn wins.
I will see.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
We're about to get underway again anyway, here in Albert Park. Logan with a very late restart.
He's gone, but Cooper has managed to stay close to him.
Indeed he has. He's opted to lift off. I wonder how much fuel he managed to save under that safety car.
Not enough, because it's still yellow. Oh! There's
that was quick, Mick. Yeah, he's had a little bit of a moment and he's lost.
Great save there.
Is that coming? Did he touch the curb on the outside of turn number 1? I wonder. Turn 2.
Perhaps that.
Oh, what's happened there? Oh,
okay.
That's an interesting moment. I think Logan had a moment. Cooper had to sort of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
so
that's
far
just unfortunately
so
we'll do that as a thing. If you have probably best to ticket that sort of thing if you have anything there. So we have Joshy Chestag, Stug, who's on softs actually, or opted to go into softs. As Joshy Chest is up to P9 in the Red Bull. We have two cars
Ooh,
going
look at
side by
that.
side. That's Casper and Quick Mick. Casper getting past, and he's next.
Oh, he's gone on the grass again. Quick Mick has done that many times. I think, or maybe it was Joss. I'm not too sure. One of the Red Bulls like to go on the grass there. Hopefully, no damage because he's hit the wall quite heavily there.
That was an interesting, a little bit of a moment for Casper there as he headed through the penultimate
Ooh,
corner into
again.
the final corner. The Quick Mick still fairly close at the moment between the two there. As Casper is trying to get past, but he's not really able to do anything as such. Doug is past Damo for P9. Damo.
We're on the outside. He has a
Yep.
look there. Oh, he gets squeezed into the wall.
I'm
there.
not sure that was. There was not illegal cars width there. At least that's my point on that.
That was very aggressive defensive
Defense there from
maneuvering.
Ferrari,
Doing.
yeah. I mean, I wonder if that something might happen. I think a ticket might have come out of that because Casper probably saw his flashlight, his life flash before his eyes there, being pushed corralled that close to a wall. Considering I believe that was the same wall that Alonso went into with Gutierrez
I thought
back
about
a few
the
years
same
ago.
thing. Yeah, I thought about the same thing. That's I think also. Yeah, that corner's had many accidents over the years. If you remember.
There was also, I believe there's like way further back was the moment where I think it was Jordan or something like that went into.
That was Martin Brundle when he got launched into the air and his car split in half. That was the first race, 1996 there. That was straight off the bat. There was that accident in that corner. And you had Jacques Villeneuve having an accident there as well. Alonso, and he makes the move quite nicely, manages to get past clean. No issues there as Hadouken gets another penalty. Hey, he's already in like 9 seconds, I think.
Yes, he is.
Schumacher also spun here.
Yeah, I mean, some of the greats have had some up and down moments here through the years. Logan is getting a little bit away from Cooper's coming under pressure from.
Oh no, it was through here. It was through here. It was through here where Michael spun, I think. Pretty sure. Well, it doesn't matter. As another penalty for
Quick Mick release first in the race actually. Yeah, interesting to note as I say. Obviously, you take your chance with underfueling the car, right? When you do that, I mean, there's a chance that at some points there might not even be a safety car.
Yeah, that
around the outside.
With DRS, no DRS yet, right?
Yeah, no DRS.
The yellow flag.
That's a big moment for Kit. There's a safety car deployed. That's a front wing, and Hadouken's gone. Don't know what's happened there.
That was a 3-car crash there.
What's happened?
3 cars involved.
Is it back in P10, is it?
Oh, the Red Bull has just reversed into a wall.
Oh, he's missing part of his front wing from the looks of it.
Maybe rear wing damage too. Maybe rear wing damage as well there.
I don't know what damage they actually run in this thing, so I can't tell you if that would be the case. A lot of people are onto the box. Logan's gone onto softs. That's an interesting call, so it's Quick Mick. Glenn's gone into hards. That's an interesting strategy. Medium, soft, medium perhaps for a few of these drivers here. It's definitely possible.
Let me actually see. I need to check which tires people have been on already. Right. So Casper's back in the lead now, obviously, but Logan has gone on to softs. So
from mediums, I believe.
Yeah, that's
mediums.
It's gonna be. It's an interesting strategy. I mean, now we're on lap 9. That's safety car number 2.
Yep.
So,
that one I believe is for a front wing. That must mean for front wing damage, not for Hadouken, because the safety car came out before he retired. So
yeah, no, that was because cars were on the track and you had pieces of carbon fiber littering the track.
We've got Logan in. Let me cook.
Let me be. Okay.
So on someone, then
Okay,
got,
by
then
losing
got
control,
rear-ended
had to
taken
brake.
out.
Ooh! Almost crashing into the back of Cooper. That was close. Just barely avoided that.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful behind safety car. I mean, it is obviously the onus is on the car behind, right, to make sure that you don't do anything sort of real stupid, that sort of thing.
You need to watch out for the safety car itself, because if you hit that car, your car becomes a Lego set essentially and just falls apart.
I
With the
mean,
Lego sound effect, obviously.
it's been a while since I've done anything with Lego. I mean, I don't know if you ever had it, but it was like the old, the big massive box of Lego where you had all the assorted pieces inside there and you can make whatever you wanted. Like the big massive
Oh
red
yeah, I had
box.
that. I had that. I built many different things. I even I built Titanic. I built a Formula One car from scratch by myself, and actually looked quite nice. And I remember having a set of the 2007 Ferrari F1 team with Massa and Raikkonen, with the actual trucks to get the car in them and the pit box as well. Oh, lovely times.
I feel like a lot less people tend to actually pay attention to things like Lego these days. Like, a lot of people like think like going out and all that sort of thing. Like, understand that for like social and all of that, but I feel like you can still socialize over like building something like Lego or sort of
No, you can. It's
Meccano or
quite
something
easy
like
to
that.
do. I've got a friend of mine. He absolutely loves Legos. Every year I buy him a set for like birthday present, or just as a present in general. Like
Yeah, I mean,
he
but you don't see proper thing is like Lego sets now are only designed for certain things. Like that's kind of your big
yeah.
problem.
That's why I've got Lego Digital Designer, because it's very expensive to buy one in Switzerland at least. Cost a fortune, so I just go and get myself like a instruction and build it there. But
We're back
leaving
underway
that
again.
aside,
We will be back. We'll come back to that story later on. At some point, as Casper has gone, and he's gone early this time.
very
And
yeah, he's
Casper has not gone with him. Well, Casper's gone. Casper's gone. Cooper's not gone with him. Len and Damo have gone side by side, and away they go. As Quick Mick has got past him.
oh at the
But he
back
does hold it.
there's ooh the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull getting close to the Williams as well gets past, as well as the
Yeah,
other
Damo's
Red Bull.
falling back a little. Damo's falling back a little, but he hasn't pit yet, so he's falling back into the clutches of Rabsy as well. Got Logan. Oh my word! I'm glad I was still on board with that. There's a massive moment. We got a Red Bull as part of his front wing now.
And is that going to be another safety car?
And so Joshy
Oh,
Chester's had an incident, and
he's left.
Damo doesn't
He's
have a
left
front wing, unfortunately. Logan, meanwhile, is getting past Stug, who's on 7-lap-old tyres, and picked himself an up-hour penalty in the process. So,
Quite a chaotic
yeah,
restart that.
quite a few massive gaps in that initial phase. So, with the racing kind of being the way it is just now, as Logan's trying to get himself past Cooper. I think Cooper's in trouble. I don't know what's wrong with Cooper's car. Seems to be struggling a little bit. That's a great overhead camera shot. I'm just gonna say over that. Like, we don't see enough of that shot, like the overhead, the helicopter shot, like overhead shots.
You should be able to choose an option that's different set of TV cameras, like in a Assetto Corsa, where you can select between different cameras as Logan goes down the inside.
Of Cooper, I mean, that was to be expected. Logan on 3-lap-old softs versus Cooper on 11-lap-old mediums. He just has to keep in touch with them, as we have 3 cars in the pit lane. That is Crossy, Damo and Joshy Chester. Damo having no front wing at all.
Quick manages to get past. Quick manages to get past us to get past Ray. I don't know how to spell his name.
Rabsy. That's who that is.
Rabsy, okay. Rabsy, okay.
That is the evening. Is this by any chance Casper? If it is, hopefully everything went well with the project that you needed to fix, which apparently was all broken. Or all wrong, as he, in his words.
What do you mean? Casper's in the lead.
No, other Casper.
No, I know, I know.
We
I
confuse. The
know.
thing is, I like to go. We also confuse someone because there was also a tiny in this league at some point who we just tried to confuse other tiny with at some point. The Stug runs a little bit wide, losing time there. While trying to stay on the back of Mick
DRS.
here. Yeah, he's on the Alpine on the back of the Red Bull.
DRS
that's
is
an issue
enabled.
you would never hear in real life as Logan picks up his second penalty of the race, trying to keep up with Casper. I mean, Casper, even though he's on older tyres, is still keeping a decent gap to the Haas behind him.
As the back, things are going on at the back. I'm not sure if Josh is still racing because he told me that he left the session. Not too sure about that.
Yeah, he has left. Well, he's here.
It
It says he's solid, which means I think he came back in. Damo's going to get past him, I do think. Maybe he's not on. Maybe the car is not ghosted. Who knows? He can't seem to get past it. No, I think he's actually here because any AI wouldn't move like that. Oh. Joshi, oh, there's the yellow. That's Damo. That was Damo, who's currently was off exploring as a quick Mick is side by side with Stug. He gets past him very easily. Turn out a Mick somehow. I'll see if I move a little bit closer. See if that helps.
Okay, yeah, that sounds better. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, I have a naturally quiet voice, so yeah, can't really help it. Meanwhile, I think he's now going to look at Stug. I mean, Stug's tyres are really starting to fall off the cliff now.
He's been on them for 10 laps. He pit on them on the first safety car, right? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I forgot how many safety cars we've had already. We have two. We have three.
We've had
three. Okay. So we've had the two predictable.
We have that's Damo gone. And that's safety car number 3. He has crashed in, I believe that's coming. That's the middle of the. That's the third, the final DRS detection zone beforehand for the straight. So yeah, we have another safety car, and we're down to 9 drivers here in Melbourne. Never thought of Melbourne or Albert Park as an actual race of attrition, but apparently that's what we're getting tonight.
I think it's still because the walls are so close anyway. Now, Australia's always been a racetrack where, especially being the first race of the season, many things can happen, and usually does. We've had last season's race, which was which had like multiple
crash out from Casper there. Interesting. Logan's into the box. I mean, you got to be careful, by the way, of this pit entry, this particular pit entry, because if you're not careful that pit lane entry, you can very easily bin your car in that pit lane entry.
Yeah, you can. Used to be even more difficult to. Yeah, he's on mediums, as well as Logan.
Cooper's gone hards. Interesting.
14 laps. I think can be done. No biggie on the mediums now, yeah.
Everyone's now in, so everyone's now gone to mediums or hards. They will be also going to the end if there's no more safety cars.
Indeed,
who knows?
Hopefully we'll have good racing for the lead now. Equal tires.
I mean, lap 15 and 29. I mean, it might be quite close, a little bit close in terms of how close you get. If the tires will last that distance. Who knows if it'll be advantage hard tire runners?
Maybe, yeah, exactly, yeah, indeed, you are correct in that case. Yeah, speaking of the pit lane, it used to be different 20 or so years ago. Didn't have a wall around it, but it had a chicane built in it, so you had to make a right-left chicane in the pit end, like the pit. It was a bit strange, I'll be honest.
What, a little
It's
bit like
strange.
Paul Ricard sort of thing, where you used to have to go, instead of it going what it does now with like the new with 23, you had to go into like you had to really slow down because the pit lane entry was like right as you came out of it, as you accelerated, you had to go right to the left, right to the right to basically fit
I
the
was
pit lane
after
entry.
the final corner, right? It used to be. I don't remember, but I know they changed it. I know they changed it.
The game is not the penalty system in this game is not consistent, Logan. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. God, that can't be the case. But yeah, there you see, there used to be a chicane. It used to go right, left again, and then it would straighten out. I don't know why that was. Why they thought it was a good idea. Maybe to slow the cars down a bit more. Also, the pit exit isn't the line didn't used to be that long. It was just get out. You have a very short line. You could just rejoin, throw your car back on track. That's what it used to be. Very short pit exit, which doesn't like the line didn't used to go all the way into the first turn.
Hmm.
You exited the pits and you were already and you were immediately racing.
Hmm. There was no clear line to say this is where it ends, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was just there. Go, do your thing, I guess.
It's in a sense it's a little bit like Paul Ricard then, because obviously Paul Ricard, I think the ideal
Yeah,
line you want is the
it's the
exit of the
same.
pit lane, that
It's
pit
the
exit the
same,
pit
yeah.
lane
But
sort of thing. So
it's
sort
the
of
same.
while
I
we're
think,
yeah,
yeah. I think Monaco also used to be different. Monaco didn't go through the first turn. Didn't used to go like the first turn. Didn't have that massive run exit. It had a wall there, so you rejoined the track on the main straight immediately, like as well, just like in Paul Ricard. Pit entries, pit exits.
Glenn has got
Oh,
a 5-second
oh,
penalty for ignoring yellow flags, which means I think he overtook someone illegally. What happened there? Overtaking under yellows, that's the only thing I think of for that. It's unfortunate there for the Ferrari driver.
yeah.
Meanwhile, safety car's in. Again, deja vu. It's another restart for Casper. He's thinking, how many more of these do I actually have to do?
Deja vu.
Can I not?
I've just been in this place before. I'm sorry, okay. I have to. I have to. Right, so we're
We're
going.
underway
Deja
again.
vu
He's
once
definitely
again.
not caught it. He's definitely not got as good a restart this time.
Oh, deja vu once again then.
No heroics into Sandavot.
No heroics into turn one of all park, please.
We've got Glenn meanwhile trying to make a move on Cooper here. Not quite close. I don't think he was quite close enough to make the move stick, and he remains behind for now. As we have obviously all the cars close after the restart. Looks like Crossy's had a little bit of trouble as well as Joshy. Those two have fell off the back of the train. Around about a second back for those two. We got Rabsy trying to make a move on Stug. Down Aloy's not been able to do it. I mean, obviously that was one area of the track that was changed because the track used to be a lot more stop-start because there wasn't this massive long straight there.
Yep, but I used to make this layouts back, back in the years where there wasn't that wall there. You could sort of take that line on the older games,
Rabsy meanwhile is
which
going
was
around
kind
the
of
outside.
funny.
He's around the outside of Stug. And it's a clean move around the outside from him as well. Beautiful.
Did make it work. Make it quite
Oh!
nice. Whoa!
What's happened there?
I don't know. I don't know. I had a very
What
weird
has
board
happened there?
camera.
I genuinely don't know. I was on board with that and I can't figure out what happened there. Obviously no safety car for that because or virtual, because obviously you immediately just had a safety car and the game is weird like that where it won't immediately call one until a few corners later if it happens.
I couldn't see what happened because I
I
was
don't
stuck.
know if they both just spun or if one car got stuck on the other one. It didn't look like it, but there's a 5-second penalty for Rabsy, so I'm assuming he got damage. Stug has managed to carry on. On board at the moment with Quick Mick, who's certainly... We've got a 3-car battle between Cooper, Glenn and Quick Mick. These three all for 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Oh, there's no ERS deployment left for Logan. He's used up all of his ERS already.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have
As well as Cooper. Cooper too. Cooper also completely depleting his
Yeah, you can see
reservoir.
that from here. If you're on board with Glenn, I can see that. I mean, Glenn's got
It's
about
Christmas
50%
time.
using his. Yeah, Christmas tree lights. Yes.
So Glenn's
Even
gonna
though.
arrive up. Glenn's gonna arrive there and think it's Christmas right now or what? So many lights flashing all over the place.
Yeah, very
Always
much so.
brazy. It's a penalty, yeah.
Great Ramsey. Interesting way of pronouncing it.
Spinning
You've
in
got
sympathy. Oh
spinning a
yes.
sympathy. That could be potentially. His DRS has been enabled, so Cooper's going to have to watch watch that very red Ferrari in the camera angle. I mean, talking about sort of liveries this year, I mean Ferrari, I think in terms of liveries have probably won the best this year in terms
Ah
of
yes,
liveries to
yes,
look at anyway.
yes. They have. I wasn't expecting much, but they just slam dunk. They put this on the table and they ate it.
It's like this is the Ferrari design. Oh, there's Logan with another penalty. He's really trying to push, but I think he is losing track with Casper. I mean, Casper just seems to, every time he's been had to do a safety car restart, he's been all right, just pulling away again. As we're gonna have a potentially three wide moment here. Nope, not quite, not quite. Actually, oh, I saw Quick Mick up the inside there. I was thinking he's going to make this 3 wide. He's going to lose 2 positions. Actually, Quick Mick might try and go for 2 if he's got enough. But Quick Mick has no battery, and I mean absolutely no battery. There as we go through, still on almost no charge, and Glenn is through into P3.
Quick. He made some quick work of the Mercedes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Both. Both made
Red
quick
Bull
work,
ahead
yeah.
of Mercedes. Where have we seen that before?
But there's something unusual. There's a Ferrari ahead of the Red Bull.
Oh yeah.
I love to see it. Right. So far, I think this is the closest battle we have on track at the
Yeah,
moment.
this is
We're at lap 20.
close. Yeah, lap 20 of 29. 9 laps, 10 laps left to go in this Grand Prix, including this one. Quick Mick currently just about holding on. Cooper has really fell out of DRS. He's fell out of the DRS range already. So I wonder if he doesn't have quite the same pace as there's an hour penalty for Quick Mick. Ooh, it's a little bit weird, that one. I mean, he was kind of half sideways there on that one.
Yeah, it's the warning system, strict warning system, is a bit weird. At times, as
oh my word! That was wall bumping there. That was guaranteed to happen. Oh, well done. Well avoided there,
but
Cooper, and I think Glenn spun as well.
Yeah, no, both spun. Yeah, Glenn
doesn't
somehow
have damage. Amazingly,
he's hit the wall. He's hit the wall quite heftily, though. I'm surprised his tire didn't fall off.
yeah.
There.
I mean, that was just guaranteed. If you try and that's just like front left wheel to right rear, and as soon as you do that, it's like instant gone. There's no way of saving it. It's just very strange.
Yeah, it's a bit of an innocent. Glenn was a bit innocent there, on that occasion, spinning. There's a little bit of contact, mate. It's unfortunate.
I think he's got away without damage though. There's no damage on that Ferrari, which is probably amazing in of itself.
Yeah, I don't know how it doesn't have any damage. I saw him hit the wall heavily. That's a type of contact with the wall that you make that you would usually lose your tire, but that Ferrari's quite sturdy.
Yeah, the Ferrari's made from something like obsidian or something like strong like that.
I'm not surprised they were bad last year. Too heavy.
Yeah, I mean at least it's not as heavy as the Alpine this year.
That car looks so heavy. Just look at it.
It's like, apparently 11. Apparently, so as I say, Glenn's going to go round the outside of Crossy. That's a beautiful move there. No contact made. As they're doing that, but the Alpine, as I say, is apparently about 11 kilos overweight.
I'm not surprised. I look at that car and I just think, what the hell is that? It looks oversized.
Yeah, apparently the side pods aren't even full of like full carbon fiber. Apparently some of it is just completely empty because they're just that overweight with the car.
Obviously no paint as well.
You think the
looking
paint
at
would
that
save them
car.
weight, right? And if it's not, it's just not saving them enough weight. I mean, you may as well not have paint on the car at all. You might as well just have a bare carbon car at that point.
Yeah,
Just put some sponsors on it.
yeah. Even those weight too much for Alpine at the moment.
Yeah.
Even the sponsor stickers are a bit too much to handle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that's the
know.
big problem.
Yeah, it's lots of things happening at Alpine. People resigning their
Yeah,
positions.
well, two people left. I think it was like I don't know the exact positions of it. I was watching this same video earlier on. I should have remembered, but can't exactly fully remember all the details. But two of their most important people, I think, did indeed leave, and then they had to completely reshuffle the entire team. And I mean, honestly, if I was like seeing if it's Renault seeing exactly what's going on, I would be questioning whether or not like I should still be in this sport or not. Or if maybe Alpine should just sell it to Andretti and just.
Well,
If
it's
they want to
also
put
talk.
another team
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's
Oh, there's a
spun
McLaren.
by the way.
Stug spun. Yeah.
Yeah, stuck a spun.
Talks before the season opener were Andretti needs to buy out Haas, and now it's Andretti needs to buy out Alpine. Because Haas have shown up with a car that is actually decent, and it doesn't destroy its tires.
I mean, it was just Hulkenberg decided that the rear of the Aston Martin turn 1 in Bahrain was going to be a target of where he was going to be, rather than.
Yes.
Also,
That
probably
is...
assisted by Valtteri Bottas in what is known, I think, is one of the ugliest liveries I think I have ever seen on an F1 car.
Ah, the Sauber livery.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, Casper going over the cab. That was...
I mean, even if Logan gets past, he's got like 9 seconds of penalties. So Casper is under no real threat as such.
Cooper is 10 seconds behind, so he's moved up back into third. And all of that, even
He's
though
got
they
Quick
spun,
Mick behind him as well. Yeah.
even though he spun, Quick Mick has managed to get back into DRS range.
Yeah,
Glenn
he still doesn't have any battery. Glenn's carried on, but he's about just under 7 seconds behind. He is catching back up again though, and it's looking to maybe he's pulling the good old Terminator move and saying I'll be back.
5 laps, 6 seconds in 5 laps. Is that possible? Maybe if something happens.
Yeah, he's catching though. I do notice he is definitely catching. That gap is down from about 8 seconds, about 6.6. It's Quick Mick. Cooper. I'm gonna have a quick look at his battery deployment. Yeah, Cooper's on about 50% of deployment, whereas Quick Mick's
looks better
20.
now than it did. Yeah, it looks better than the 0 he had a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, he's literally pushing the gearbox, pushing that Mercedes around. I mean, he's gonna go down the outside here. He's gonna have the back. He's gonna have DRS. This is a weird DRS zone as such, I think, because
is he gonna do the same thing he's done with the Ferrari there around the outside? Is that gonna work?
It. No, I think that
he thinks twice.
Yeah, he looked at it, thought about it. He's gonna get it here though, unless Cooper defends.
Oh, he's got
that's it. He's 2 wheels on the grass there, but he has got the move done. Cooper, they're both on the same tires.
He's got the pass on the grass done and dusted.
I think Cooper though could come back at him on this straight because he has. Now, bearing in mind that you get the detection on this one, you also get it for the exit of turn 2 as well.
He needs to be able to stay close now because, of course, he doesn't compared to Quick Mick, who does have. There in the background, you can see the Ferrari getting close, getting half a second, about half a second in a lap.
To note, Quick Mick has about 9 seconds of penalties as well, alongside Logan and Crossy.
Okay, so far, if Logan can stay there, not make a mistake, bring it home, he's gonna finish second.
Yeah, he'll finish second he'll finish second anyway. I think Cooper's made a mistake. Cooper's not really using his battery though. He's kind of saving a little bit. He's not really using as much of it as what I would expect.
Is he in DRS? No, he's not in DRS anymore.
Well, he has got himself back in though. He had to use a fair bit of battery to do that though. Around about a chunk of about 20% of his charge to actually get that done.
Yeah, just about.
But he's not got DRS though. So Mick will be alright on this lap, this particular straight, but then he's going to have to be a bit more careful of looking behind him on the main straight.
Bit more mindful now, yeah, but lap 26 has started for Casper. Just about 4 laps to go.
That's the thing, Casper has proven himself to be quick, but there have always been people that are quicker than him in Supercharged. However, those people have not turned up as much throughout the season as of recently, and I think finally Casper got his actual time to shine in terms of his time in the spotlight, in terms of winning a race. I'm not sure if he won another race this season or not.
Well, we can check that out later on, but good on him if he can capitalize on anything that comes his way. Obviously, he's doing the absolute best. No penalties. He's not been involved in any accidents whatsoever. He's come through a couple of cars after the first safety car cleanly and quickly, efficiently, and now he's in the lead. Steadily extending his gap, having a safety, a bit of a safety gap in case he gets a penalty.
Yeah.
Well, of course,
Casper
Logan
been trying to avoid that at all costs. He doesn't want to give Logan any kind of a sniff at winning the race here. I mean,
yeah.
1 and 2 I think are pretty much confirmed at this point. It's just who's going to finish. I know that it's Cooper that's going to finish third because they're dropping off. I do think. Glenn, I think, is a bit too far back to maybe capitalise, but he is catching. The gap is about 6 seconds now, but I don't think he's going to catch enough. He's got the 5-second penalty for the yellow flag.
He's actually losing time a little bit now. He was 6.1, then remained there this lap. Now he's losing a little bit. Maybe he does have damage to the car. We just don't see it.
Yeah, it could be like, if you've ever seen it, like the canard damage or anything like that, stuff that you just don't see.
I'm
like,
pretty
it
sure,
just looks normal.
I'm pretty sure he does have damage because he hit the wall very heavily, and I'm surprised if he actually didn't have any damage.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he's in kind of in no man's land, Glenn, because he's in 5th, but then he's got Crossy behind him, who's not really catching him. And then he's got the battle in front of him is about 6 seconds, and they're all in and out of like DRS range for either Cooper or Quick Mix, so it's not like he's going to be able to catch up because the DRS makes up a huge amount, and it's like a huge deficit to catch up to, having used a lot of battery just to catch up to that sort of thing.
Yeah. Speaking of battery,
it's just on this one thing, this one battle. There's not really a lot else going on, to be honest. So this is why it's still just on this one battle at the moment.
2 laps, yeah, just 2 laps to go now for Casper and get his win.
Yep.
Deserved victory.
Yeah, I mean, Casper, he's had to do 2 of the 3 restarts, and it seems like it's not really phased him as such. He's not really had to sort of ever panic at any point. He just kind of kept a cool head as such, and it's also kind of nice as well occasionally if you see like having an Alpine that actually has colour on it, to be honest. In terms of actual
Yeah,
team.
I'm not looking forward to the next game. It's Alpine.
Nobody's gonna want to drive that Alpine, let's be honest. And the thing is, it's quite sad because a member of our member of our staffing team, Tiny, is a massive Alpine supporter, so he's taken he's just taken a lot of slack for being an Alpine fan.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, it is painful. I can understand his pain. 2020 Ferrari, obviously, is a massive blow.
Yeah,
seeing a team that is not doing as well it should be doing is just painful, honestly. Yeah, the Alpine this year, it's strange if you look at 3 seasons ago, 2021, they had one of the most beautiful and colourful cars on the grid.
And now we're just... oh, there's contact. Oh, that's not gone well. That's not gone well. What is going on?
Why is
what is going on here?
That's damage to the rear wing. I'm sure that's damage.
What is going on there?
They made contact. They did the cold hard.
Not too bad. Hopefully your race went well.
But
your race thing went well. Mike, I don't know what happened there. I'm genuinely confused.
Hello,
also,
Mr.
Mike
Papa.
says, yeah. That's
Gimli used to have
I
one of
think
those.
that's going to be ticketed.
Yeah,
It was
but
almost
you
as
know
if
what?
like once it happened, he just genuinely didn't want to get off of the car. It was just like, no, if I'm spinning, I'm not letting you go anywhere.
The power of connecting two cars and making one out of it and making it faster, I guess.
Yes, apparently. So
I
Glenn's
don't
now
know.
in P4 as a result of that. You probably wasn't expecting
Yeah.
to be there. He's got 5 seconds and quit. I genuinely, that's a puzzler. I was on board with it, and it's just like it was the most. Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn, you can see Glenn.
Oh, Casper's
struggling
actually won the
on
race.
this.
I wasn't even on board with him. Well
we
done,
were,
Casper.
we were too focused on what was going on behind. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
I
such a
didn't.
big
I
gap.
honestly didn't even realize the fact that we'd already finished. That's how quickly the latter half of this race went.
But Casper has won the race.
Casper has indeed. We'll
we
go up to him
apologise
now.
for that.
Yeah, I'll go up to him
We-
now,
we-
give him his credit, and the
We were so
look at this.
bamboozled.
Have fun looking at this Alpine, by the way, because it's the last time you'll have like a decent looking Alpine.
Well, we've still got a couple of races to do in this game, so
Yeah.
we'll enjoy it as long as it lasts. Yeah, apologies. We were just so bedazzled by that display of something.
Yeah, I didn't even see the Casper crossline. Congratulations to Casper. Nice job, nice race from him. There goes Joshy Chester crossline in P7. Sorry, I didn't see him come across the line for Casper, but yeah, that was just literally what happened when you like the time creeps down. You don't even pay attention to it. As here comes
Yeah, it's alright.
Rabsy, who's coming crossline as the last finisher.
And there you go.
And it's an Alpine at the front of the field and an Alpine that bookmarks the back of the field.
Hey, you still score points, so
Yeah.
finishing the race is the most important thing at the end of the day.
Crossy got driver of the day. We'll have a look in a minute we'll decide on driver of the day once we see the actual results as such. But I have I think I know who my driver of the day is most likely to be if it is who I think it is. Anyway, Casper wins in the Alpine with Logan alongside him and Cooper in third, although that could be contested later if anything does get said. We'll have to see. But congratulations to the top three anyway. Some
And
interesting
time for the
textures going on.
champagne.
Yes. The good old music that goes on with that, which I have actually found what that was called, and I had comments turned off for some reason because I know what that would have been filled with if the comments were there.
Oh,
Anyway,
I know.
Casper wins the race here in Albert Park in Melbourne from the first place in the grid. He takes all three: pole position, the race
Fastest
win,
lap.
and fastest lap. So well done to him. Logan and Cooper will finish alongside him on the podium. Glenn in P4 with Quick Mick in P5. He might feel a bit hard done by in the end with what particularly may have happened. Crossy finishes in 6th from 10th on the grid. Joshy Chester in 7th was stuck in 8th. Rabsy in 9th. And that was your last finisher with Damo, Hadouken and Welder, your non-finishers. And I believe driver of the day is going to go to Casper.
I agree.
Yeah, well done, Casper.
Yep, I had to lead to restarts, had to get back through the field after the first safety car and just managed the race since then. So yeah, I agree.
Yep, congratulations to Casper. And that will round off this race here in Supercharged Motorsport. Hopefully it will be back to business as usual. Hopefully Casper doesn't have any issues with next week with anything to do with university. Cheers for being in the chat, Hadouken. So yeah, cheers for everyone who was in the chat. And we will be back because ERC returns with the managers for season number 12, which starts tomorrow. Thursday on the ERC managers on the main channel, International Paddock. Thursday we will, I think tomorrow, and then Thursday we will have, I believe we then got the 100, which we'll have both Casper and Angelo on commentary for that. I will be with Mike on SRC on the main channel with 100 being on the second channel, International Paddock Extra. And then I believe Friday we have FSC covered by Casper, and I believe you'll have we'll have myself and Mike racing for the team in FSC, and that pretty much covers your entire lot of racing. And then we'll be back for Supercharged next week. Not sure exactly what it is yet. We'll know nearer the time. But thank you to Angelo for joining me at pretty much almost last minute in the commentary box here. And
No worries.
unless you have anything else you need to add, we will round off.
No, that's all on my side as well. Have a good one, everyone.
Right.
Have a good night, and we'll catch you for the rest of the week.
Good night, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow for ERC on this channel.